The Yuva Shakti Bharosa card and new women's welfare commitments in West Bengal guarantee a direct deposit of 3,000 rupees every single month. For a common household, that specific amount covers essential groceries, pays for travel to job interviews, and establishes a baseline of financial independence for unemployed youth and women. That highly specific financial pledge triggered a political earthquake in May 2026. Voter turnout hit a record 93%. A 15-year incumbent government was ousted, and the opposition secured a landslide victory with over 200 seats in the assembly. An expensive, immediate financial pledge secured this mandate. Now the new administration has to figure out how to actually fund it. To understand the challenge, we have to look at the baseline economy the new government inherited after 15 years of the previous administration. This chart reveals a structural mismatch that economists call premature tertiarization. Notice how the service sector generates 55% of the output, while industry sits at just 24%. Meanwhile, a massive portion of the state's workforce remains tied to agriculture, which contributes barely a fifth of the total economic pie. When an economy skips the heavy industrial phase, youth unemployment spikes, and as we see in this rising trend, that imbalance has forced a massive wave of young workers to migrate out of the state just to find employment. This leaves the new government with a severe tension. They have pledged massive liquidity directly to the public, but they lack the heavy industrial tax base required to pay for it sustainably. Direct cash transfers act as a temporary measure. The state is now in a high-stakes race to fix the underlying economic engine before that relief money runs out. To manage this timeline, the new administration is rolling out a strategy they call Sonar Bangla, or Golden Bengal. The first phase relies on rapid public relief. Within their first 45 days, the state aims to clear all dearness allowance arrears and implement the 7th Pay Commission for state employees. Simultaneously, they are integrating the state health system with the national Ayushman Bharat scheme, providing immediate, free medical treatment for the poor. These rollouts stabilize household economics and buy crucial political capital. That goodwill purchases the time necessary to execute much harder structural reforms. Phase 2 requires bringing the state and central governments into alignment to unlock stalled national megaprojects. Under the Sagar program, investments are being accelerated to modernize the Kolkata and Haldia port systems, expanding their capacity for coastal logistics. Inland, the Bharat-Mala highway expansions are designed to physically transform Bengal into the primary freight and logistics gateway connecting the rest of India to the northeast and neighboring nations. To capitalize on this infrastructure, industry groups like the Bengal Chamber of Commerce are demanding policy stability, streamlined clearances, and reformed land acquisition laws. The state has to transition away from decades of complex land politics and start building plug-and-play industrial clusters focused heavily on petrochemicals and manufacturing. If this heavy industrial second engine fails to start, the state will not generate the tax revenue needed to keep the welfare promises running. In this context, the 3,000 rupee welfare pledge operates as a calculated economic shock absorber. This diagram illustrates the strategy in motion. Direct cash transfers keep local consumer markets moving, which creates a bridge of economic activity while the government undertakes the slow, heavy lifting of infrastructure construction. The state is shifting away from years of conflictual federalism, where state and center frequently clashed, toward a highly integrated national development model. This 2026 mandate is an attempt to replace years of political gridlock with a system that prioritizes industrial output and measurable growth. The true test for this administration is whether they can build an industrial economy strong enough to make these 3,000 rupee welfare checks unnecessary for the average household.